Okay, so the next unit we are going to talk about is Learning Target 1E. I can simplify expressions using order of operations. The definition of order of operations is a way to simplify expressions using a specific order. So you should have remembered this or learned this in middle school, maybe even in elementary. So we have an expression 20 minus 3 times x. So there was a mathematician that said, oh, I can do 20 minus 3, which equals 17, and then multiply 17 times 6 to get 102. Now, there was another mathematician that said, oh, look at this expression. First, I want to take 20 and then subtract that from 3 times x. 3 times x is 18, so 20 minus 18, which equals 2. As you can see, we have the same expression, but depending on the order that you use to solve it, you get two very different answers. So that's when mathematicians came up with the order of operations. So you probably heard PEMDAS, right? Parentheses, exponents, multiplication and division, and addition, subtraction. PEMDAS. That is the order of operations. So again, the P stands for parentheses and any grouping symbols. So for example, these are parentheses. These are brackets that could group numbers and expressions together. You would want to solve those first. The next thing to solve when doing order of operations, the E stands for exponents. So for example, 2 squared or 2 to the second power. The small 2 represents an exponent. It could be 2 to the third power, 2 to the fifth power. You would want to simplify those expressions next. Third, you want to do any multiplication or division. So that's what the M and the D in PEMDAS stands for, multiplication or division. And you always want to go from left to right when solving multiplication or division and simplifying that. And then finally, you want to do either addition or subtraction. That's what the A and the S stand for, addition or subtraction. And again, if you have more than one number to simplify with addition or subtraction, you want to solve them from left to right. So that's why when we're looking at this example above, 2 is the correct answer because we simplified the multiplication 3 times 6 first before we did the addition or subtraction, before we did the subtraction. So we multiplied first 3 times 6, which gave us 18, and then we completed the subtraction. So 20 minus 18, which equals 2. So 2 is the correct answer. All right, let's take a look at some examples. We are going to simplify these expressions. So let's remember PEMDAS. All right, the P stands for parentheses. There are no parentheses to actually simplify. So in this example, we do have the number 2 in the parentheses, but there's nothing to simplify in this expression. It's just the number 2, and this is actually telling us to multiply. So we're not going to do any parentheses. Let's move. Do we have any exponents? There are no exponents in this example. So we're going to continue on and do either multiplication or division. So we do see where we have division. So we need to simplify this. All right, so we can simplify and divide. I'm going to bring my 7 down because we're not doing anything with that just yet. And then we're going to simplify 54 divided by 3 because we do division before we do anything else. So 54 divided by 3 is 18. And then we have multiply it times 2. So we've done our division, but we also have multiplication. So we can multiply 18 times 2. 18 times 2 is 36. And then I'm just going to bring my 7 and my plus sign down. So now we can do the final step, which is either addition or subtraction. We do have addition. So we can add 7 plus 36, which equals 43. And that's our final answer. We've simplified this longer expression using the order of operation. All right, let's take a look at number 2. We have 17 minus 32 divided by 4 plus 6. So let's see, do we have any parentheses? There are no parentheses, so let's continue on. Are there any exponents? There are no exponents. So let's look and see if we have any multiplication or division. We do have division here, so let's go ahead and simplify that. Okay. I'm going to bring my 17 down because we're not doing anything with that. I'm bringing my minus sign down. 32 divided by 4. We can simplify that. 32 divided by 4 is 8. And then I'm just going to bring my plus 6 down. So there's no other multiplication or division here. So next we need to either do addition or subtraction. So we do have subtraction and we also have addition. But remember, when you're doing addition and subtraction, you want to go from left to right. So first we want to do 17 minus 8, which equals 9. And then I'm going to bring my plus 6 down. So now we can just simplify this. 9 plus 6 equals 15. That's my final answer. All right, go ahead and pause if you need to write this all down. And then we'll continue on with numbers 3 and 4. All right, let's take a look at number 3. We have a fraction, right? So we have a fraction and there's something on the top part of our fraction and there's some numbers that we need to simplify on the bottom of our fraction. So let's just break it down piece by piece using PEMDAS. Okay, so in this number 3, we actually do have parentheses that we can simplify. We can simplify that. Okay, so 7 minus 4 equals 3. 7 minus 4 equals 3 plus 17. Okay, now let's take a look at the bottom. So on the bottom, we have negative 14 plus 2 times 5. So let's go ahead. Again, we're looking at order of operation. So we have addition and multiplication. Remember, this little dot means multiplication. We don't really use the X anymore. So order of operation says we need to do multiplication first. So let's go ahead and simplify this. So we have negative 14 here plus, and then 2 times 5 is 10. Okay. So now we have addition on the top part of our fraction and we have addition on the bottom. So we can just go ahead and simplify that. 3 plus 17 equals 20. And then on the bottom of our fraction, we have negative 14 plus 10, which equals negative 4. So then we can just do division. 20 divided by negative 4. We're dividing a positive by a negative. So we know that our answer is going to be negative. And then 20 divided by 4 is 5. So our final answer is negative 5. All right, let's take a look at number 4. We have a lot going on in this problem. We have division, addition, we have parentheses that we can simplify, subtraction, division, and multiplication. So remember PEMDAS. First, we have to simplify parentheses. We have to simplify parentheses. So let's go ahead and take a look at this and simplify this. Okay, so first I'm just going to rewrite my 84 divided by 12 plus, and then 5 minus 49 equals negative 44. And then I'm just going to rewrite all of this because we haven't simplified that yet. So minus 72 divided by 6 times 2. All right, so now we made it look a little bit easier. We still have division, we have addition, subtraction, division, and multiplication. So let's get rid of the multiplication and division first. And we're going to go from left to right. Okay, so first we're going to do this 84 divided by 12. And then we're also going to divide 72 by 6. And then we'll multiply that times 2. So let's go ahead and break it down. 84 divided by 12 is 7 plus negative 44. I'm just rewriting this. Minus, and then let's see what 72 divided by 6 equals. It equals 12 times 2. All right, so we do still have multiplication here. So let's go ahead and simplify that. I'm just going to rewrite everything else. 7 plus negative 44 minus. And then 12 times 2 is 24. Okay, so now we just have addition and subtraction. These are the final steps to simplifying this expression. So 7 plus negative 44 is going to equal, let's see, 7 plus negative 44 equals negative 37. And then I'm going to subtract 24. So negative 37 minus 24 equals negative 61. So as you can see, we have simplified this very long and complicated expression into just one number using the order of operations. Make sure that you have everything written down in your notebook. Go take a picture in Canvas and submit it for a grade.